Hi, everybody, and welcome to the No Depression Sessions. We're here at Lucinda's in the East Village of New York City, thanks to our friends at Hiatus Tequila with Steve Earle. Steve, it's great to see you. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, it's formerly known as Alphabet City, this part of town, but the real estate agents renamed everything. So
on the border, right on the border. And speaking of borders, there's a border relevant song that you're going to share today. There's two more. We're going to share 3 songs from across the catalog. What do you want to start out with first?
Well, I'm going to start with Copperhead Road because I play it. It pisses me off when Radiohead doesn't do Creep, so I play Copperhead Road anytime I go anywhere to play anything. So anyway. My name's Johnny Pettimore. Same as my daddy has daddy before. Hardly ever saw Granddad out here. Only come to town about twice a year. Buy 100 pennies since the copper line. Everybody knew it made moonshine. Now the revenue man on the grand out of bed, head up a holler with everything had. For my time, well, I've been told, never come back from Copperhead Road. Now Daddy run a whiskey in a bib like Dodge. Bought at auction at Mason Lodge. Johnson and the sheriff painting on the sign. Shot a coat of primer and looked inside. Him and my uncle tore the engine down. I still remember that rumbling sound. Then the sheriff come around the middle of the night. Heard Mama crying that something wasn't right. Heading out and nice with a weekly load. Smell of whiskey burning down Copperhead Road. Volunteered for the army on my birthday. Draft white trash first round here on the way. Done 2 tours of duty in Vietnam. I come home with a brand new plan. I'll take seed from Colombia and Mexico. Up a holler down Copperhead Road. Now the DA got a chopper in there. Wake up screaming like I'm back over there. Not a thing or two for Charlie, don't you know? You better stay away from Copperhead Road.
Steve, thank you very much for coming and playing this music, and congratulations to you, because 51 years of Songs and Stories, the solo acoustic tour, is underway right now. You just played the Gramercy. You're about to play Gramercy again.
Yeah, it's just sort of testing it out. It was 50 years of, I realized a year before, I only tour in the summer now, and because I've got a 15-year-old with autism, to keep him in school September to May. I tour. In Memorial Day weekend, I get on a tour bus and stay on it for 3 months, basically, is what happens now. So it's a lot, but it's what I have to do to make it all work. And we was 50 years. I realized the oldest songs that I still sang were 50 years old last year, and I can't play everywhere I play in 3 months. So we're going back out, and we just crossed out the 0 on the poster and put a 1 on it, and we're going back out and playing that show again this summer for people that missed it last summer.
Nice. I love that. I love that 50 got repurposed into 51. That's efficiency.
That's it.
That's great. That's great. Congratulations is also due to you, because the Best Regional Roots Music Album, tribute to the King of Zydeco, you just won the Grammy. Many people won the Grammy for that. There's a ton of people on that record. And the Stones are on that record. Lucinda's on that record.
It's a 20th of a Grammy, I think. So I've got 3 before this, so that I wholly own. But it's a big deal. Anybody tries to tell you that a Grammy's not a big deal. I grew up, watching Paul Simon, not show up at the Grammys once and then show up the next time and wearing tennis shoes with his tux. That was, back then, that was really revolutionary. Now they show up with no clothes on, but it's a big deal to anybody that does what I do for a living.
Did you have a prior connection with Clifton Chenier, or was that an introduction? Or did you have a long-standing relationship with that artist?
Oh, I knew about him probably more earlier than most people did because of where I'm from. And my first manager was John Lomax, and his family had produced all these records that these films that Les Blank made. One about Clifton Chenier, one about Matt Lipscomb, one about Lightning Hopkins. And it was all about just regional music in Texas and Louisiana. And it got that music out to a lot of people that it wouldn't have gotten to before. So I grew up in Texas, and my dad was an air traffic controller. We got transferred around. I started school in Lake Charles, Louisiana, which is Cajun country. So I kind of grew up with a lot of really great music, including Zydeco and Cajun music. So, yeah, when Steve Berlin called me, and it's 2 friends of mine, were involved in putting that record together, Joel Savoy and Steve Berlin, and I was like, yep, I'm in.
Well, speaking of Lake Charles, that was one of the songs on Car Wheels on a Gravel Road, which I know you co-produced Lucinda's record, and we're here applicably, and it's a perfect fit to be at Lucinda's right now. What was that relationship like? How did that all come together?
We've known each other since we were teenagers. We kind of came up, the kids around towns and that whole crew in Texas. And I went to, it was, probably best not to stay around there, what was going on. So I went to Nashville, and Lou went to the West Coast.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing some words behind the songs, some stories behind the songs, and the songs themselves. We appreciate it. There's still 2 more songs coming up in this session. What do you want to do second here today?
Second, I'm writing a musical. A lot of people think I've quit writing songs. Writing a musical is the hardest thing I've ever done. I've been involved in 2 theater pieces since I've been here. Before this, they were off-Broadway shows that I did songs for. And theater takes a long time. They both took 4 years to put together. We're 5 years into this musical now, because it's a real, book musical intended for Broadway. And myself and Daisy Foote, whose father, Horton Foote, wrote a screenplay for a film that came out in the 80s called Tender Mercies. It was Robert Duvall's one Best Acting, Oscar. Her father won Best Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay for the screenplay. And a great movie, and I was working on another idea, a musical based on Washington Square Serenade, actually, and I'll go back to that. But and there's also plans for a Galway Girl musical too, but that'll start in Ireland with some Irish arts money, I think, before that's over with, because it'll be like easy pickings to get that off the ground there. But it's the hardest thing I've ever done, and music for theater is what I came to New York to do. I don't trust happiness. You can't depend on it unless you're betting that it'll go away. It comes around and then, just when you let it in, it disappears again in the light of day. Good times come and go, no rhyme or reason, so that's why you know I've tended towards the blues, leastways I always knew what I was gonna get. I don't trust happiness. I don't trust happiness, 'cause it's anybody's guess how long it's gonna last before it's gone. I reckon anything that's worth remembering just leaves you trembling when you're all alone. Hearts don't bend, they break. I've had all I can take, made no mistake. When it comes to happiness, I'm skeptical at best. It never stands the test. I don't trust happiness. I don't trust happiness, but I trust you, I guess.
All right, Steve, thank you very much for that song. We're going to do an instrument change, and then can you tell us a little bit more about that instrument that you're playing now?
So, some of you are probably trying to figure out what the hell this is. You can call it a bouzouki, unless you're going through security in an airport, in which case you don't want to walk up and say, "Here's my bouzouki," especially with this fucking beard. So, you can also call it an octave mandolin, which is also correct. But the way bouzouki is the Greek name for a Greek instrument, but the way I play it in tune, it has a lot more to do with Ireland. And the Irish will play any instrument that washes up on their shores better than the people who invented it. And this, it's an immigrant instrument. And as an immigrant instrument, it's the perfect instrument for accompanying myself when I sing this song. I wrote this song right after I moved to New York in 2005, and it came out an album in 2006 called Washington Square Serenade, and it was recorded it with some guys from Brazil with a band called Farah in the Dark, and I think Maro's overseas with David Byrne right now, because that's where I saw those guys from. But it's one of the big revelations for me moving to New York is the whole, I came here for years and I loved it here, but when you live here, you see things that you didn't see before, and you see them in a different light. One of the big revelations for me was the whole existence of the New York Deli Grocery, and that sounds like nothing, but I come from Texas. We got fucking 7-Eleven, but it's, and by the way, there's no reason for anybody going to 7-Eleven in New York City, but every neighborhood has a center in the deli grocery. That gig was originally invented by Italian immigrants, but by the time I got to New York, mostly folks that had immigrated from Korea own a lot of the delis. There's like a bodega line that you cross as you keep going east, but it's one in my neighborhood was owned by a gentleman named Mr. Kim, who's kind of my hero because he's speaks Korean for one thing, which sounds like a tough fucking language to me. And he speaks English better than me. His kids speak English better than both of us. And I've watched them grow up. And what's really impressive about Mr. Kim is he learned to speak a third language late in his life. And that language is Spanish because his employees are by and large folks that have come from Central America and Mexico, mostly Central America. And he, that's probably going to be the next deli grocery owners in this city are going to be folks that learn their trade from people like Mr. Kim. So he had to learn to speak Spanish, and he learns to speak it fluently and beautifully, which embarrasses the fuck out of me because I grew up in occupied Mexico, and my Spanish is I can shop, I can order from a menu, and I know when to run, and that's about it. Mr. Kim, another thing I saw in the neighborhood was if you had a business and you didn't have anybody to pass it on to, one of your employees might learn the trade from you and take over your business and make payments to you, and that becomes your pension. I thought that was kind of cool. Harder to do nowadays because the rents have gotten so high. But I saw it happen twice in the neighborhood I lived in over in the West Village. And that's definitely what Mr. Kim's going to have to do because one kid went to MIT, one went to Harvard. They ain't coming back to run the fucking grocery. And see, that's America. That is who we are. And this is for Mr. Kim. Living in a city of immigrants, I don't need to go traveling. Open a door and the world walks in. Living in a city of immigrants. Living in a city that never sleeps. Heart keeping time to 1,000 beats. Singing in languages I don't speak. Living in a city of immigrants. A city of black, a city of white, city of light, city of innocence, city of sweat, city of tears, city of prayers, city of immigrants. Living in a city where the dreams of men reach up and touch the sky and then tumble back down to earth again. Living in a city that never quits. Living in a city where the streets are paved with good intentions and a people's faith. The sacred promises that you made. Living in a city of immigrants. City of stone, city of steel, city of wheels, constantly spinning. City of bone, city of skin, city of pain, city of immigrants. River flows out, sea rolls in, washes away nearly all of my sins. Living in a city of immigrants. A city of black, a city of white, a city of light. Living Living in a city of immigrants, city of bone, city of skin, city of pain. Living in a city of immigrants, city of stone, city of steel, city of wheels. Living in a city of immigrants, city of sweat, city of tears, city of prayers, city of immigrants. All of us are immigrants. All of us are immigrants. That's the truth. All right. Thank you very much.